not proper Kashmiris. How Khawaja Asif's PoK remark has triggered a political storm. What happens when a country's own defense minister publicly questions the identity of the people living in a territory it claims its own? In a stunning political controversy, Pakistan's defense minister Khawaja Asif has come under fire after reportedly stating that residents of Rawalkot and Mirpur in Pak administered Kashmir are not proper Kashmiris. This statement has sparked outrage, intensified political tensions, and provided fresh ammunition to critics of Pakistan's Kashmir policy. But why is this remark creating such a massive controversy? And why are Indian analysts saying that it stunts New Delhi's long held position on PoK occupied Kashmir? Welcome to DNN Voice of Nation. I am your host Amit, and this is the news analysis. For decades, Pakistan has projecting the Kashmir issue internationally as a struggle involving a united Kashmir identity. However, Khawaja Asif's recent comments have triggered a debate that goes beyond the language and culture. According to reports, the Pakistani defense minister argued that many residents of Mirpur and Rawalkot do not qualify as proper Kashmiris because they primarily speak Pothari and Pahari dialects rather than Kashmiri language. What may be indeed intended as a cultural observation quickly turned into a political firestorm. Critics accused the minister of dismissing the identity of millions of people living under the Pakistan administration. Social media platforms were flooded with criticism, while political opponents and local activists questioned Islamabad's commitment to representing all communities in the region. Now, what is the bigger question? But the controversy isn't just about language. It strikes at the hearts of larger political narrative. For years, Pakistan has argued that it represents the aspirations of people living in the territory under its control, yet critics argue that when a senior minister publicly differentiates between real and non-real Kashmiris, it raises uncomfortable questions about identity, representation, and political legitimacy. Many observers note that regions such as Mirpur, Rawalkot have their own distinct historical culture and linguistic tradition. The debate has highlighted the diversity that exists within the border Jammu and Kashmir region, something that often gets overshadowed in political narratives. Now, what was India's response? Indian officials and strategic commentators were quick to seize upon the controversy. According to Indian analysts, Khawaja Asif's remarks indirectly supports New Delhi's long-standing argument that Pakistan's relationship with the territories under its administration is politically driven rather than based on a single unified Kashmir identity. From India's perspective, the controversy demonstrates that the population living in the PoK is far more diverse than simplified narrative often presented on international platforms. Indian commentators argue that the remarks expose the internal contradiction within the Pakistan position on Kashmir. Whether the interpretation gains wider international acceptance remains to be seen. However, there is a little doubt that statement has become a significant talking point in the diplomatic and strategic circles. The timing of controversy has made the matters even more sensitive. Reports indicate that the several areas in PoK have already witnessed protests and demonstrations over economic hardships, inflation, governance issues, and local grievances. Against this backdrop, critics say the identity debate risks the deepening public frustration. Many local voices argue that indeed of addressing economic and administrative concerns, political leaders have become embroidered in a controversy over identity and language. As the public anger grows, Islamabad now faces the challenge of managing both political criticism and public perception. The story matters because it relieves this story matters because it reveals how the powerful questions of identity can be in geopolitics. Language, culture, ethnicity, and the history are often deeply intertwined with the political claim. When Syrian leaders make statements touching on these sensitive issues, the consequences can be far reaching. What began as a comment about linguistic differences have evolved in a broader debate about representation, legitimacy, and governance. And in a region as a politically sensitive as Kashmir, every word carries a weight. So, was Khawaja Asif's statement simply a cultural observation, or has it exposed deeper divisions within Pakistan narrative on Kashmir? One thing is clear: the controversy has ignited a debate that extends far beyond Rawalkot and Mirpur. It it has become a story about identity, politics, and competing national narratives. As the reaction continues to unfold, the diplomatic implications could be felt well beyond the region itself. So, what do you think, viewers? Did the minister's remarks expose a political contradiction, or has controversy been blown out of the proportion? Let us know your views in the comments below. If you enjoyed this analysis, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to DNN Voice of Nation. This is your host Amit Kaul, thanking you for watching this episode of news analysis. See you in the next edition of this news analysis. Till then, it is Amit Kaul saying goodbye. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.